Open up with a disclaimer.
Disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed during the Tuesday night study cipher are solely those of the host and its participants. They do not necessarily reflect the views, comments, or opinions of the Nation of Islam, unless explicitly stated when referencing official teachings for educational or contextual purposes.
How the family feel?
Great.
Good, sir.
Praise due to Allah. Tonight's topic, the wide awake man. And when we say man, we must understand that man in the origin of the word or etymology of the word represent human. Man represent male and female. So when you hear us say who's the original man, we're talking about the male and the female. We're not just talking about the masculine male man. When we hear the term man, we're talking about humanity, man. Notice you got man and you got mankind, a kind of man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we dealing with man. So what it said, the wide awake man, it comes from the supreme wisdom instruction number 13. And then it says, big fields, it states in the supreme wisdom, big fields are awaiting for the wide awake man to work out. Arise the dead by the thousand. The dead nation must arise, for the time is at hand. You are the righteous, the best, and the powerful. So big fields are waiting for the wide awake man to work out. When we look at the wide awake man, we must ask ourselves, are we part of the wide awake or just alive? When you hear awake or the wide awake, what comes to your mind when you hear that term or that statement? Anybody want to take a shot at that?
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam, sir.
When I think of being awake, I'm just thinking of being aware of your surroundings and not just your immediate surroundings, but the things that are really happening underneath your day to day, going to work, going to school, whatever. Um, the society things that are happening and the truth of them, not even just so what you see as far as TV goes, but the actual truth behind some of those things.
Okay, all praise due to Allah. Anyone else?
Mhm. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
When I think of that, I think sometimes it goes back to knowing your history, being aware, being knowing that. That's how I see it.
Okay, all right. Anyone else? Okay. Wide awake. If you notice, many are walking, talking, working, but still sleep. The wide awake man is not just alive, he is aware, disciplined, and active in his purpose. As Brother Dion said, he's aware of his surroundings, but the best surrounding is the self-awareness. Sister Angela said, knowing your history, and that history could be a knowledge of yourself. Knowing your studying yourself, your past, your history, not to study it or live in it, but to be able to reflect on your life, where you come from, how you your growth and your development within within your history, being aware of your are you stuck in the past? Are you living in the past? Are there past situations and circumstances taking place that you are still holding on to? That means you're sleepwalking. You're not awakening. You are sleepwalking. You are still living in a past reality that's keeping you stagnant. And so the wide awake, aware, alert, conscious, feel, open opportunities and responsibility, work, applied effort and action, cultivate, to develop, to grow, and produce. When you think of a field, usually you think when you riding down the street, Brother Ellis, he drive trucks. He could probably get in an area, all he see is a bunch of fields. But in those
Mm-hmm.
fields, somebody is doing what? They're growing something.
Mm-hmm.
A field gives you, if you see a field, it gives you opportunity to develop something, cultivate something. So your mind is a field. Who you are can be a field. You have different fields. Uh, your mind is a field, your family is a field, your community is a field, your business is a field. It is your reach, it is your responsibility, right? Big fields, right? Big opportunity, big chances awaiting the wide awake man. That means that you don't have to go and search and find it. It's waiting for you. There's a song they sing in the church that said, "What God has for me, it is for me." Your opportunity, your purpose, it is waiting on you. It is waiting on me, right? So big fields are waiting for the wide awake man, someone that is aware, right? Someone that's disciplined, someone that has an understanding or a knowledge that they have a purpose in this world and in this life. Big fields awaiting the wide awake man, right? To do what? To work out. To work out what? Your situations and your circumstances. Everybody understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah,
Any
yes,
statement or
sir.
comment?
Um,
Where you at in your life now? At this point, do you feel you are an awake person?
what do you mean by that?
Do you feel um, that you're aware that there's things that need to be done and you're gaining the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to get those things done, to handle those situations and circumstances? Observe, are you observing before acting? Are you controlling your mind, your thoughts, your emotions? Are you speaking with purpose? Are you accepting responsibilities? Are you working consistently
Uh,
to grow and
I just speak
develop
for
into
me. I
your
don't.
purpose? Say what
Yeah,
now?
I'm practicing. I feel like I'm not there. Sometimes I fall short in my thoughts and my actions, but then I bounce back quick. TV. I saw the TV. Yes. So that's how I am. when it comes to that,
Okay.
but I feel like I'm progressing daily. I wake up with that mindset. I feel like today is a better day than yesterday.
Mm.
So,
Okay. What about you, brother Elvis?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the sister. You know what I'm saying? I see things like the brother said earlier. You know, see your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Be it social media, TV, or whatever. There's a lot of things going on, and I'm aware of it, and I have my views on it. But then, as time go on, that view can change because you know get more information, get more understanding, so you can evolve into a higher understanding. So yeah, I'm conscious, but like the sister said, you can always, you know what I'm saying, strive to even get higher in your consciousness.
Indeed, indeed, because there's always room for growth and development, but you have to
hmm
be aware of where you're at and who you are.
Mm.
A lot of people are not aware of where they are at in their own reality. So they don't grow and develop, they don't mature. Why? Because they are not aware that there is a need for a change. They don't see, they think they're where they need to be. They're comfortable where they're at. So when you get comfortable where you at, you don't have a drive to cultivate yourself. You don't have a drive to study your weaknesses, to refine
correct.
yourself. Say what now?
I'm saying correct to that, but um, I didn't want to say that. There are people that try to do their best, and it seems like their best is still not good enough. You know, if you haven't seen better, then you think that what's around you is what's best.
True.
So that's how a lot of people think.
And this is why uh, it is said, study to show thyself approved, right? If we're constantly studying ourselves, right? The original God, the self-created God, he studied himself. He had to look into himself. So a lot of people are not aware because they are not constantly studying themselves. I seen someone post that they stopped smoking weed because they was tired of that itch. So they was starting to become aware of I'm stuck. I'm constantly doing this year after year, in and day out. I'm constantly I'm I'm at a standstill. I'm not growing past this. This is something that's holding me back in my growth and development because I'm getting up and
And that's
caught in a
because right.
routine. Say what now?
And usually people get better when they see better. But if you're around something all the time and that's all you see, that becomes the norm. So a lot of people are stuck there. You
Right.
know, they're stuck in just they think that that's the thing to do. So
So that means they're
that's
not awake.
right. They're not absolutely.
So
But how do
notice,
you bring them out of there if they don't get a chance to see someone that is awake and have been through it? If they never get a chance to see it, then how do you help that person?
in this day and time with
Okay,
the social media, with
absolutely. I see.
what's going on in communities, what's going on, they it's not that they don't see it, they're not aware of it. You know how they say you can't
Mm-hmm.
see the forest for the trees?
Yeah.
Mm.
See, when you got people that say they are woke, right? You ever
Mm-hmm.
heard that saying?
Mm-hmm.
That I'm woke. Being woke don't mean you're active. Being woke don't mean you're moving with a purpose. It just means you're woke. When
Well, we all know the saying, being saved. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, I'm saved because because of their routines, and they're not. They're still, they're still dead.
right, in the mornings, right? Or whenever you sleep, when you open your eyes or somebody call you and you answer the phone or your alarm go off, you will say you what? I just what?
Woke up.
Woke
I
up.
just woke up. But you could still be where?
Sleep.
In the bed, right?
Drowsy. Yeah.
So you awoke, but there's no movement or activity with a purpose. You could be woke and lay in the bed. True?
Mm.
Mm.
Semi-conscious.
You could be woke and sit up on the side of the bed. But you are wide awake when you are have activated your mindset and your thoughts to move with a purpose, to move with a plan of action, to operate in that which you had
Okay.
in mind to do through a course of a day. I have something I need to take care of today. So you can say that being woke, but you can procrastinate. My behavior today. I let somebody get me mad. I let somebody get me so upset that I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. You awoke, but you're not operating. You're not working in your purpose. You're not working your responsibility to yourself. Big field. What opportunity, what chances are you taking hold of and control of your life to where you are moving and operating to work out in the big field? Your opportunities are there. But if you just woke and procrastinating, if you just woke and overlooking the information, how many people, uh, if a brother's on the corner with the Final Call newspaper, they ride by, they see it. They might be curious, but they never stop and ask questions. Or you offer them a paper, not even to sell it to them, but even to just give it to them. So there's information out there, but information is just that. It's not knowledge. The final call can be information. If you just get the paper, yeah, oh, I get it, and then you don't read it and don't go through it to gain the knowledge that's in it. You
Yeah.
gotta say something.
No, I just try to think like how a lot of people think. People read and they have no clue of what they're reading. There's still a lot of lost people that didn't get the basics
Well, the
of reading
reading comprehension,
and comprehending.
right? A
Hmm.
lot of people don't know how to comprehend what they're reading and don't even know. So this is
Right.
so the opportunity to learn and study to gain a higher comprehension level is there. Big fields are awaiting. But will you go the extra mile to put in the work? Are you willing and have a desire to do what it takes to work out? Work out what? Work your way out of your situations and your circumstances.
Right.
when you see somebody, let's say out there asking, hey, you got a dime, you got 10 cent, you got 20 cent, you got 30 cent, right? We've all seen that, right? They get up in the morning with a purpose to go out and to raise as much money they can to get whatever they heart desire. And you see them walking around up and down the street all day, fulfilling their purpose for that day. So if if the the plan of action was to buy a bottle of beer, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they raise enough money to buy that beer, guess what? They fulfill their desire and their purpose for that day. Their opportunity was awaiting them to attain what they set out to do. Whether it's an agreed upon reality or not, they had
Mm-hmm.
enough will and desire to get up and do that which needed to be done to attain what they set out to get through the course of that day.
Mm-hmm.
But many of us who say, I'm woke, I'm wide awake, we don't do what it takes by establishing a plan of action just for that day and then act on it. Then attain that which we set out that morning to attain through the course of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But the opportunity is there. We have a responsibility to ourselves to work out what needs to be done. My grandmother used to say, "Boy, you got to be able to think your way out of a brown paper bag." And I was like, "Well, how do you do that?" She said, "All you got to do is look up. Because if you got a brown paper bag, when you put something in it, you don't put it in from the bottom, do you? You put it in it from an opening in the top, right? So if you're in the bag, all you got to do is look up, wake up,
Mm-hmm.
think on a higher level, on a higher plane. When you ask a person where's heaven, they say it's where?
Up,
Up.
up there. Mm-hmm.
In their mind, they're talking about outside of them, but within you, if you look up, you looking up into your mindset, your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
The king's dome of heaven is within you. All you got to do is look up. All you got to do is think your way out of it. Any questions or comments?
No, sir.
Brother Elwood?
I'm good. I'm following you, bro.
Now, Brother Elwood, you sent me a video that
Yes,
I
sir.
guess has been going around on the internet. Could you
Yes, sir.
explain that video? Because I said I can address it based on the wide awake man.
Yeah, I was seeing a lot of Caucasians bearing witness to what Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught, how Minister Farrakhan is teaching us, and they're bearing witness that it is the truth, and they're trying to structure their life around that idea. You know what I'm saying? Admitting where they came from, their existence, the confusion that caused in the land, and basically trying to train their mindset to be into thinking of a righteous person.
Right. So
And it made me think about that time. Not to cut you off, but we
go
went
ahead.
to that community, and I knocked on the door, and a white woman came to the door, and I I was thrown off. I was thrown
Right.
off, but it made me think like, okay, she's in the same situation that we are in those low income or troubled environments. So she got to be going through the same thing as we're going through. So how do you get her to understand that we are all fighting the same difficulties? So it was an interesting post. I've seen a lot of them, a lot of Caucasians, speaking on good about teaching. So it was interesting to me. I want to know what
Okay.
your thoughts were.
Yes, sir. Big
Yeah.
fields are awaiting for the wide awake man to work out. It didn't say the white man or the black man. It didn't say the white woman or the black woman. It said big fields are waiting for the wide awake man to work out of. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, Master Farah Muhammad came to bring justice to both people. Things you see us as black people doing that's negative or considered wrong, we are living other than our own self. What is his own
Mm,
self? His own self is a righteous Muslim. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable minister Farrakhan teaches us that some white people were going to accept the teachings in Islam. Man also means mind. So there's a certain thinking that when we say the white man, we're saying the white mindset is devil. That he's by nature, he's the devil. But what if he study and accept Islam as a religion and start living
Do we have
other than his own self? He has the
do we have to look
opportunity.
at them?
We have to
Mm,
look at them as Muslim by what? By faith.
I say, okay.
We see them as Muslim by faith, even though it's not their nature. They're living other than themselves, so they strive to walk upright. They strive to live the laws of Islam. Why? Because they understand big fields awaiting the wide awake man to work out. To work out what? To work out of their past genetic makeup. To work themselves out of that nature that caused them to think like devil. So they accepted Islam and chose to live the life
Right.
of a Muslim, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the
mm,
lessons, let me find it right quick. It says, why does Muhammad, this is the supreme wisdom, uh, lesson number 1, question number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Muhammad make the devil study from 35 to 50 years before he can call himself a Muslim son and wear
right.
the greatest and only flag of the universe and must add a sword on the upper part of the holy and greatest universe flag of Islam so that he can clean himself up? These white people are bearing witness to the teaching where our own people are not bearing witness to it. They are cleaning themselves up when we don't even want to accept it and clean ourselves up. A
Right.
Muslim does not love the devil regardless of how long he studies after he has devoted 35 or 50 years trying to learn and do like the original man. He could come and do trading among us and we would not kill him as quick as we would the other devils, that is, we who have not gone under this study. After he goes through with this label from 35 to 50 years, we permit him to wear our holy flag, which is the sun, moon, and star. These people are
Oh,
studying mentally and
that's where we
spiritually.
at now.
Say what now?
hmm That's where we at now. That's the times we living in now. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's funny that something popped up on my feed about that. He said I'm a white Muslim, you know, and under the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I was like, okay.
Right. So if we haven't awakened, when we see and hear white people being witness to the teachings, it becomes strange. When there is a show called The Stranger Thing, it becomes a strange thing to us because we haven't matured and understood that some of them was going to accept the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Master Fard Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
Master Farah Muhammad came to bring justice to both people.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
so,
that's because of his genetic makeup, maybe.
because he was designed by his father, who was the supreme being at that moment on earth, to come after us, but to bring justice to both people. So his mother was cleaned up from the Caucasus Mountain. See, when we murder a devil, first within us, meaning we destroy the brown germ, as Brother Jesse constantly teaches us of, to destroy the brown germ within us. But when they destroy the the past history of their people, when they destroy and kill and murder the nature of the people within themselves, they become Muslim sons, right? Muslim son, they are children of Muslim. They study it by faith. So they can come among us and do trade. Trade what? Incense and oils and no, because they have something to offer as well. They're bearing witness to the teaching that the teachers are cleaning them up. The teachers are causing them to live other than that nature in which they was created from Yakub. Does that make sense,
Mm-hmm.
Brother Elwood?
Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, but it's like because I was just sitting back and thinking about something that you said that we wouldn't kill them as quickly as we would the uncivilized. So because my what kind of threw me off was like that their mind is twisted. You know what I'm saying? And as we have to challenge ourselves to live righteously, to
Right,
me it's like a double situation with them because they were grafted to be who they were. And then I remember, like a brother, like I think the lesson was saying, I can't remember if it was, I heard it from Honorable Elijah Muhammad or the minister, but talking about, said that they wouldn't be allowed in the mosque because when they try to come into the mosque, that, they're naked to take over. You dig what I'm saying? Excuse my expression, but they're going to try to, come over and take rulership, and that it was that's kind of what I'm wrestling with right now,
right, but
just to hear them say it.
definitely just to open up the mosque to white folks.
Say that
Is
again.
definitely just to open up the mosque to white folks. Of course, no. But them
Okay.
studying the
Yeah. Yeah.
teachings and them studying
Right.
Islam outside of the mosque, because
Right.
even we got, remember, the Nation of Islam was honeycombed with hypocrites, agents.
Mhm. Mhm.
So our own people,
Of your own kind. Of your own kind. Yes, sir.
our own
Yes, sir.
people operating as devil.
When you
So that's
say
why I was saying,
devil,
in my
this is
mind,
in your own opinion.
See?
Mm.
man.
Say what now,
That's
Sister
when we
Angela?
think of the devil. We think of our own people sometimes.
You got to.
Yeah, exactly.
And the
Exactly.
things that they do. They're cutthroat
Exactly.
before the white man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
Right.
see that every day. I say all the time. It's funny how the black man they'll see you coming and you be one step from getting to the door and they won't hold the door, but daggone white man have no problem holding it and you 3 feet away. So
Mm-hmm.
so it's not just them, because some of them, I know some of them wrestle with it too, probably trying to do right.
Right.
So that's all they think about. They want to do right. They want to do right. And it hurts their feelings when we look at them as a whole, because we don't represent all black people,
Right.
Right.
and they
Right.
don't
Right.
represent us.
Right. True indeed. Any more statements or
Mhm.
comments or questions? If not, we can go ahead and close out in prayer. Prayer. In the name of Allah, the beneficent and merciful Master, the day of judgment in which we now live. Dear Lord, we serve, dear Lord, we seek for aid. Guide us on the right path of those whom thou hast bestowed favor. Amen.
I mean,
Amen.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.
Walaikum
Assalamu alaikum,
salam.
sir.
Have a good week.
You too, same.